Hello, everybody, and good morning. Much to my surprise, I woke up this morning just a little while ago, so I apologize if I sound like I'm still kind of half asleep, because I really am. But I woke up to see that there was actually an official announcement from FromSoft about Elden Ring DLC being in development. Now, it is nice because I think we all expected it after about a year. And, it's February 28th, so it's a few days past the 1 year anniversary, but still, it's within that time frame. And who knows, maybe even everyone being so. We sort of built it up to where we just knew we were getting an announcement, even though nothing and no one close to the source had told us that was going to happen. But we as a community just sort of decided it was going to happen, and it was very disappointing when it didn't happen on like the 25th. So it's possible that maybe announcing it now wasn't their plan, and they were just kind of forced to do it because of the player base's reaction to not hearing anything on the 25th. But that's just speculation. I don't know. Maybe this was their plan all along. I honestly would have much rather them, even if it took longer for the announcement, I would have much rather it been announced very near release. All we really know at this time is that it's being worked on, it's in development. So that doesn't really, tell us when we're going to be able to play it. Could be a very short time, could be a long time. We just don't know yet. And we don't really know much about it other than the uh, little blurb that they said and the picture that they included in the tweet this morning. And the tweet, as it says, as you can see here, I'll go ahead and read it for you. It says, "Rise, tarnished, and let us walk a new path together. An upcoming expansion for Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree, is currently in development. We hope you look forward to new adventures in the lands between." And then there's this image here, which a lot of people are concluding that this is Mikola here, but we don't really. I mean, that's a very good guess, and that may very well be the case, but we don't really know anything else about this at this time. Despite what many, from what I've seen already on YouTube, what many creators will tell you, because it seems like a lot of people don't understand what the word confirmed actually means. So take anything you see on YouTube with a grain of salt, as far as people purporting to know details about the DLC, because right now everybody knows the same thing pretty much, and that's what this tweet says. So unless someone knows someone who is very close and has first-hand information on what the FromSoft development team is working on, I would just take it with a grain of salt. Unfortunately, a lot of YouTubers like to say things are confirmed when they aren't, just to get attention and get views. I've definitely seen a few channels where they've basically every other day been making DLC announcement imminent type videos, because they're playing the odds that way. If we didn't know when DLC would be announced, so if you've spent the last 2 months every other day making a video about here comes the announcement, then eventually it's going to happen, and eventually you're going to be right. Even though you're wrong like 99% of the time, eventually you'll be right if you keep doing it. So I think that's the logic behind those types of videos. That yeah. But I digress. The important thing here is that we do have an Elden Ring DLC announcement. I know a lot of us, especially us PvE players who don't really go into PvP that much, we weren't that excited about the Coliseum, but this is what we want. So I'm really looking forward to this. Let's go ahead and see what some of the responses to this tweet are. This guy says, "I want the Erdtree inside of my body," and wow. I mean, I really like this game, but I think this guy might take the cake here. Oh, he posts again. This is all I'm gonna think about now. Why the fuck was this released at 3 a.m.? Okay, so that question I can answer. Um, Probably because, and I'm assuming this guy is in the U.S. Or somewhere with a time zone close to where to one of the U.S. time zones. Like I'm in the eastern U.S., so East Coast time. When it's 3 a.m. here, it's 5 p.m. in Japan. FromSoft is a Japanese company. This announcement was at the end of the day. It just happens that in this part of the world, that's 3 a.m. Sorry, dude. Remember, they're a Japanese company. But yeah, just it seems like just a lot of excited posts here. I agree with them. I for one cannot wait. I just hope that it is not a disappointingly long amount of time. I don't want this to be in development forever. I'm hoping. Well, my real hope is that this was the announcement. It's in development, and like maybe in a couple of days, they're like, "Here you go." um, I would love that, but who knows how long it'll be in development? We'll just have to wait and find out. Um, but yeah, on a kind of a different subject, similar to this, yeah, the reason I would rather them have just, even if it took a little bit longer for the announcement, I would have really liked their announcement to be, oh, by the way, we've been working on this, and here it is. Go play it now. I like that. We've come to refer to things like that as shadow dropping, uh, but I really think that should be the normal. I think it's worse when companies, especially gaming companies, your Sony's, Nintendo's, publishers, like Square Enix was always one of my favorite companies in gaming, and they've become kings of the announcing something way before it's ready. And I think the problem with that is that when a company announces a game months or even years in advance, that gives us as players time to build it up in our heads. We hype it up. We decide what we want it to be because it's taking so long, and then it's never going to be that, and then it finally releases, and we're disappointed with what we get. And that wouldn't really be the case when a game gets shadow dropped. Even if it's not perfect, you know, when a company is like, "Hey, here's something we didn't tell you we were working on, but we were, and it's available now." You don't have time to hype it up. You don't have time to build it up. So your bar is a lot lower for expectations. But yeah, so that's why I kind of hate, because like even now, even though it may only be, for all I know, it could be less than a day. It could be, who knows how long they'll be working on this Shadow of the Erdtree DLC. But it's now that we know they're working on it, it's going to be worse because people are going to speculate and build it up, and it's going to get way more hype than it needs. And I don't want us to ultimately be disappointed by it because I love this game, and I don't want anyone to be disappointed by it. But anyway, yeah, I've kind of gone off on a little rant there, so sorry for that. But at the end of the day, what we know right now is that there is Elden Ring DLC coming. We just don't know when. Shadow of the Erdtree. Let's all look forward to it, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks so much.